All right, everybody. How you doing? It's Robert Rivera with Who's on First, the show. And today I'm bringing you Brett. Hey, Brett, how you doing? Introduce yourself.
Great, man. Yeah, I'm Brett Edmonds. I've been working on a website which has a whole bunch of blogs on it. One of the best ways that you can learn, period, is by reading. I'm touching more than just baseball within my goals. I want to develop men as well. That's another big key aspect to what I'm looking to do in my vision.
Okay. You say developing men. You're talking about utilizing baseball as life learning lessons, correct?
Oh, 100%. And then just developing men.
When you say that, I mean, what lessons has baseball taught you? What things that you take from baseball that you put into your everyday life?
Communication, having a passion, being trustworthy, all key aspects, reliability, accountability, just different core values.
For me, it's tenacity, determination, coming up with game plans. I mean, I translate baseball into life, into work. I mean, it's one of those type of deals. All right. So, I mean, where does your love of baseball come from?
Oh, it legit came from when I was younger, just being in the backyard with my dad. Hitting wiffle balls. We had a fenced-in yard, so I mean, you hit it over, and you're like, "Oh, I want to be a home run hitter." Little secret, don't tell anybody, but I never actually put a ball over the fence. I was a line drive hitter, and I played within my role, within my abilities. I was within the steroid era, so I mean, watching McGwire, Sosa, going back and forth. I think that's where I really started falling in love with the game, was watching the home run race between McGwire and Sosa back in the day.
Right. What are you doing right now? I see you with the Academy jersey. You got your nice little hat there with the A on there. What do you got going on right now?
I just wanted to support my brand because I mean, not only is it gonna be free information like on my website and stuff, but I got a vision for bigger. It's just kind of the start, providing the information, but I want to get my hands on with my own program.
Okay. And you're providing information as far as what? How is this going on?
I just feel like the game is lacking some fundamentals and the things that some people are trying to teach. I just want to get out the information, bring back the fundamentals to the game, stuff like that.
So when I go on your website, what am I looking at?
So when you go onto the website, it's not fully done yet. I still got a lot more work to do, but right. Got the blogs and stuff up. As I keep building this, I'm going to keep coming up with those ideas, on the website. It's a place where you can go read and get the information that you can go apply yourself. I made a whole bunch of videos about a year ago just on the basic fundamentals. So, I mean, the biggest thing is just researching, studying, being a student of the game, and training mindset.
Do you coach a team?
I have. The last 2 summers I have not, but I did coach a high school team a couple years ago for about 6 years. I was in charge of the pitchers.
Okay.
Pitchers are my forte. I pitched in college. I really got into the whole pitching aspect. There's nothing better than being able to control the game. Our pitchers were awesome. They're teaching them tempo. That was the biggest thing. That's probably what other teams really disliked about us.
Okay.
My pitchers worked fast. They worked timely. They knew how to pitch. That was a really good time.
Run me through your practice. I mean, I know you say you only deal with pitchers, but if you ran a practice and you had the team on the field, how would you run a practice?
I have ran practices.
Okay.
So basically anything area of need, anything that we need to work on, we are working on at that practice. Mm-hmm. If the outfielders need to work on getting the ball in quicker, which way to turn to get it in, keeping the runner off second, maybe that's something we need to work on that day.
I was watching an hour and a half practice of a coach, had the kids on the field, and he hit the ball to the third baseman. Well, the third baseman booted the ball, and he spent 10 minutes yelling at the kid. And then he goes back to home plate, and he hits a ground ball to the shortstop, and shortstop threw a ball higher over the first baseman, and he was yelling at him for 5-10 minutes. It was 4 ground balls to 4 different players, and it took about a half an hour. And I was just like, wow. Mm-hmm. I thought that was disgusting. For me, that's not practice.
Oh yeah, I mean, you need to get your reps. I mean, you got to be able to warm up, get your feet under you.
Right.
Get your footwork under you.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I totally agree.
Yeah, yeah.
And I even feel like, one of the blogs that I'm going to be coming up with, some parents need training at these games. We have a lack of umpires because of it.
You know what? It's transferring over from the major leagues. I'd be honest with you. I see it. A lot of these guys are turning on every single pitch, just turning on the major league umpire. And
Yep.
I was never one of those wait for my pitch. That's not my pitch. That's not my pitch. When you get paid $10 million a year, then you can be picky and that's not my pitch. That's not my pitch. When you're playing little league, you're playing pony ball, be aggressive, take a cut. You know, my father always aggressive. First pitch usually is a strike, especially in the first part of the game. Take a cut at it. Let's go. Let's hit. Let's be aggressive.
Yeah,
So,
you just gotta know which counts to hit in, and also how to learn to adjust to umpires.
There's a lot of umpires out there that their zone can be a little flaky. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, you just gotta learn it. Learn it early.
Yeah, and it's part of the strategy of baseball. You have to be the strategy of baseball. And then there's, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I tell guys all the time. I'm like, listen, these are not major league umpires, and even major league umpires make boo-boos. It is what it is. But you got to be aggressive. You got to be able to play the game. And no matter what the umpire says, or no matter what the umpire does, it should not affect you at bat. It should not affect your play. It should say, okay, you know what? He called me out here. I'm not going to let him call me out again. Next at bat. Now. You have something about the mental side of the game now? A lot of how do you say mindset, which you mentioned before.
Oh yeah, I'm big on mindset. I do have mental game. That's one of the blogs, and I actually chose Jose Ramirez. I know I'm in Cleveland, but I've seen him a lot over the years.
Right.
This dude doesn't get rattled. He makes an out. He goes back to the dugout, same body language. He makes an error in the field, same body language as if he made a great play. Because it's a very underutilized area of the game. We want to focus on, exit velocity and exit speed and spin rate and all this. None of that's no good if you don't have the mental side behind it.
Right.
I mean, it's a pretty simple game, but it's hard to master. It is.
It is. It is.
And it's here. It's right here. I mean, most of it is right here. And I've seen some very talented ball players that didn't have it here, and their game was super inconsistent.
It's funny because I was watching the '86 Mets, and they were down to their last out, and Gary Carter turned around and said, I'm not going to be the one that's going to make the last out. These guys were like, wait a minute, I'm not going to make the last out. I'm not going to make the last out. I'm not going to make the last out either. And next thing you know, they won. And it was just like, wow, the mindset of Gary Carter turning around and saying, hey, guys, I'm not going to make the last out. Getting that hit.
And it's contagious.
Yes.
Super contagious.
And it's contagious both ways. It's contagious bad, and it's contagious good. If you
100%.
If you have that one person in that dugout that has a bad attitude, it's about to rub off on a couple of other kids.
I've seen it both ways. Yep.
So I'm a new coach. I have a group of 10 kids. What would you say to me?
What age?
12-year-olds.
At that age, I would say train them all to be pitchers.
Thank you.
Train them all. They all got to learn it.
I
don't even care if you're bad. Just go in there and try to throw strikes. Keep your team in it.
That's exactly my philosophy for years. When I get these guys that call me up, buddies of mine, they're like, hey, man, I got 15 kids on my roster. I got 3 pitchers. How many kids you got? He says 15. I said, well, you got 15 pitchers. He goes, what do you mean? I said, can they throw the ball first? Oh, yeah, I got my third baseman. He got a cannon. Well, he can pitch. How about your first baseman? Can he throw the ball a second? Yeah, well, put him on the mound. How about left fielder? Can he throw the ball in? Yeah, but he can pitch too. Put them all a pitch. And next thing you know, he goes,
yeah.
You know what? He goes, yeah, you're right. I got about 15. Yeah, you got 15 pitchers. If you can throw the ball, you got a pitcher. It's not that hard.
Especially at that age. Like, I mean, they should be training everywhere. My big philosophy, too, is they should all learn every single position on the field.
That's right. I mean,
maybe minus catcher. They're special breeds.
Yeah. That's it. That's me right here. Just baseball.
That is special breeds, I'll tell you.
What are you looking to do with this website? You want anybody to come there? How much is it to get on here?
Free.
You can't get any better than $0.
I just want to provide some of the best information you can get. My vision right now is to provide some of the best information. Best information is through reading, watching, listening, and applying.
What's going on the field? You playing today, or you're showing? What are you doing?
Nope, I'm about to head home to my 4-year-old. I'm actually getting him into t-ball. He does it once a week. He's actually starting to enjoy it,
Okay.
even though he's in that playing in the dirt stage. I gotta be patient. I gotta realize. I firmly believe up until about 8, 10U, it should just all be about fun. Yeah, you can train some of the fundamentals and stuff, but don't be too hard on them. I mean, you see a lot of kids fall out because parents or coaches being too hard at a young age.
Yeah.
I want him to love the game first.
Growing up with my dad, he never forced us to do anything we didn't want to do. Don't push your kid to do something that he doesn't want to do. If he doesn't want to play baseball, he doesn't want to play baseball. My son, and I'm a baseball freak. I baseball this and baseball that. My son and my daughter want nothing to do with baseball. My son played Little League. He got pelted in the face with, thank God he had the full face mask, and it spun his helmet, and he was done with baseball. I said, you got 3 more games you got to finish. You have to get back on that horse. I made him a deal. If he got a hit in the next 3 games, I would buy him any toy he wanted. At the end of the game, he says, Dad, I didn't get a hit. I said, that's okay. But you know what? You got back on that horse and you tried. And he was 11, I think 11 at the time. So what I did was I bought him a pack of Big League Chew as a consolation prize. And we get home and he goes inside and I'm getting stuff out of the car. And my wife comes yelling at me. What did you do? I said, what did I do? What are you talking about? She goes, why has he got that wad of gum in his mouth? What are you talking about? I go inside, he's got this lump. And I said, Pop, what'd you do? He goes, I was eating the gum. I said, did you stick the whole bag in your mouth? And he goes, it's only one piece. He shoved his whole bag.
That's awesome.
And next year came around, he wanted nothing to do with baseball. There's a lot of good things about baseball that can transfer over. You want to build men. You want to give information out there. Do you have anything out there for the ladies?
A lot of the same philosophies and fundamentals that you teach in baseball are the same for softball. It's just different pace of the game.
Right.
Shorter distance, shorter react time, different size ball. That's about it.
Right. Okay.
You know, if you're talking softball, unless they're playing baseball, then heck yeah, it's free for the ladies.
Okay. What is the one thing that you've taken from baseball that you put in your everyday life?
I'll be honest, baseball has gotten me through my mindset to getting me through my hard times in life. Being able to just problem solve and get through it. Years past, I've just taken the summer off.
Right.
I decided to do summer camp, every single week for 9 weeks. So I've worked all summer, changing my mindset. I've been reading lots of books. I'm really into reading about winners. And then I just started reading about Kobe. I've read about MJ. The next book I'm going to delve into is The Mamba Mentality. And I'm also going to be writing some book reviews on these books, so people know what it's about.
Okay. Give me one of your favorite phrases.
3 up, 3 down.
3 up, 3 down. What about like a inspirational saying or something like that?
It's actually pretty tough. I could actually go onto my website real quick because I got inspirational quotes page too. This is one of my favorites. Of course, it's from Kobe Bryant.
Brett's frozen. I'm not. Seth. This is what I'm going to go to. We're going to go to talk about my merch. We got merch, guys. Remember, keep swinging. We got hats. I got shirts, just baseball. Order yours. All right. So what was your favorite quote there?
Favorite quote. I'll read it again. Haters are a good problem to have. Nobody hates the good ones. They hate the great ones.
One of my favorite quotes is Roberto Clemente. You don't know Brett, but I'm a big, huge Roberto Clemente guy. And it says, anytime you have a chance to change something and you don't, you're wasting your time on earth. And I believe that's something that your website's coming through. So I want you to put that one on there, Roberto Clemente.
Heck yeah, I'm about to get that up tonight. I will get that up tonight. I like that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. All right, Brett. Well, listen, I appreciate you being on, and we'll take up some more of your time. I know you got to get home to the 4-year-old. And I got a
Yeah.
World Series I got to get to over here in Ocala, Florida. We're having the Cal Ripken World Series over here, and the guy that I do
All
the show
right.
for, Beckett, he's actually playing. He's my first fan. He was the first one to recognize me in the fields out there, and 12, 13-year-old kid, nice kid. And I love every time he always makes a comment on my shows, and I put the show out just for him.
That's absolutely awesome, man.
Yeah, I wish you luck. I wish you all the best. If you ever need anything, just reach out to me.
Sounds
Anything,
good. Same to you.
all righty. All right, guys, remember, keep swinging.
If you like the show, please do me a favor. Subscribe. Right. You see it? It's right there. Subscribe, share, like, and don't forget, put that bell on. It'll ding you when I put something else on, all right?